Hello there. Thank you so much for staying on the AM show. You can see I'm super excited and I can't wait to share that same joy with you. Let's talk about the Pop Chain Records Night 2023. And if you're a follower of the Pop Chain concert, you know that for some time now we've been raising funds for breast cancer screening and awareness. And today I've been joined by our very own Belay. He's with the Pop Chain Planning Committee. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. And pretty surely I'll be sharing with you why I'm so excited. And we've also got Dr. Nana Abuaje Asari. She is with the Lady Pharmacists Association of Ghana. And until recently, she was the chairperson of that association. We were just talking about how good Bila looks in pink. Fantastic, you look good. And we are breaking the stereotypes, aren't we?
Well, I mean,
yeah, real men wear pink.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, we try to support worthy causes.
Yeah, and let me say honestly that I mean, anytime I see men come on board, I mean, some of these things you usually would see it being spearheaded by women. Even in the world of medicine, you have more of the female doctors championing breast cancer issues. But when we see the men, then we know that there's concerted effort, right? Tell us about this initiative, Bile, to focus on breast cancer screening. It's not the first time you're doing this, but tell us why you're still doing it this year.
Well, as you know, breast cancer is a major disease happens in this country. And it's very important. You just touched on the point that you like that when men are supporting these things. What a lot of men also don't realize is the fact that men can also get breast cancer. It's not just for the women. So it cuts across both males and females. And one of the reasons why we are embarking on this is there's a lot of ignorance, especially in the less privileged members of our society, about cancer, and the importance of early detection is the key. So what we've been focused on since last, as you know, the previous 5 years, we did diabetes, and we realized that it's very important that we also touch on breast cancer. So last year we had an outreach where a number of findings were brought to bear, and we began to realize that this is an initiative that requires the support of all of us in society. There are people who are suffering disease and don't even know. And therefore, it's important that we go about it. And that's the reason why we felt that we had to continue with this. And as you know, it is a 5-year initiative with the Rotary Club of Accra Airport there, and then also Joy 99.7, as well as some of our other partners and sponsors. And
talking about men having cancer, let me send a lot of love to my uncle, Abeku Arthur, who is a breast cancer survivor.
Whoa.
Yes, he actually survived breast cancer. So yes, there are men who get breast cancer, and we must begin to talk about it, highlight it, and even show men how to do these tests for themselves. But Doc, let me come to you and find out. Thank you so much, first off, for partnering us to do this. But why is it so important that we focus on breast cancer, not only in the month of October, though, but I mean, it's just that to create the awareness, but why is it such a big deal?
Thank you very much for being here, and good morning to your viewers and your listeners. I think that it's important that we focus on breast cancer basically because it's something that can be preventable. It's something that we can manage, it's something that is treatable. And so when you have all those available activities that can be done, and you still see people dying. And in Ghana, our cases are just so dire. It's like women, the men, they come in at the very last stages because they are not aware there is even a possibility of having it to go so that you can actually be free from it. They are not aware that there are certain things that can be done. You can prevent it. Early detection means that when you see it early, there's a very high probability and a chance that you would survive. All those things are not that imbibed in us, in our culture, basically because of how we've shrouded certain diseases and certain illnesses, cancer and breast cancer being one of them. And so it is very important that even though we've made certain strides, we still continue to get this down, because the statistics we have shows that it is one of the leading causes of death in women is breast cancer, next being ovarian cancer. And these are cancers that have treatment. It's sad that something that we can't afford to treat goes unnoticed, goes unchecked, and then at the end of the day, we've lost lives, we've lost the wealth, the human wealth of Ghana, to diseases that can be prevented and treated.
And much later, Doc will be sharing with us the very basic tips on how you can detect breast cancer early. And don't forget that that's the goal, early detection.
Yes.
It's very important. And and we've been having a conversation even about the attitude of Ghanaians towards our general well-being. We just seem to leave things to later, don't we? I mean, we're just hoping that some magic will happen, you know.
Yes, and of course, because some of the things by culture, some of our things are not spoken around. I mean, I appreciate and I applaud you and your uncle for coming out and saying it. But I do know a lot of people that would not even mention that they've had typhoid because of how we see anybody that has an illness. So we need to get it in our system. We need to get it in our culture. We need to accept that health is key. And you can only get good health if you seek early treatment. If you seek, and for now, I mean, we are not saying just orthodox, but at least get the help that you need. There are so many other avenues that are legally and have been qualified.
Exactly.
Pre-qualified.
That's an important
point. Yes, that have been pre-qualified. And there are so many of those centers in Ghana. Unfortunately, we do not have a cancer center yet. We are striving to get that. But the various places that we still have within our Ghana health service system can help. We just need to be able to move, go to those places, and as well speak up and create awareness. That is what this is all about.
Right. Billy, so Pop Chain is happening on the 28th, right?
Saturday, the 28th of October.
But this year, we're taking it a notch higher. And this will interest young persons like me, you know, because sometimes, you know, when you have to identify with the Billy generation.
Well, how we grew, right?
You know, so it's a bit of a struggle for some of us. We can relate to a few of the songs, but some of them are just a bit, you know,
out of
our reach and out of our league. So tell us, one, how this year is going to look like and why everybody should be there. I mean, whether you're old school or young school and a lover of old school or whatever it is, we all have to be there.
Yeah. Okay, one of the things that we noticed from the previous Pop Chains that we had, where we had the live bands, was the fact that a lot of people really loved to dance. Now, we spoke to a number of people and got feedback, and there is quite an interest in hearing more of that era of music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even the 90s. There's a notion, a misplaced notion, that those of us of the older generation, we don't like modern music, and that's so far from the truth. So what we are doing this year is we are actually going to be giving our patrons the opportunity to have a real party. We're going to have a records night, and records night is something that we all had when we were in secondary school. So we'll be playing the old school, we'll play some high life, we'll play some R&B, we'll play some soul. And it's going to be a merger of great music that our generation and others are going to enjoy. So as a result of this thought process, we are going to hold the event at the Gold Coast restaurant, which is behind the police headquarters.
Okay.
It's a big venue with a big dance floor, and people can come and have a fantastic time. And what's going to happen this year is we are still following the concept of the competition amongst the schools like we did with the bands.
Okay.
So this year, it's going to be the DJs from the various old schools who are going to come together. So Andy Dusty is going to be presenting Prempre and the Prempre girls. Then you have Lexus Bill, who is a Presecond, an Odadia, and you know their girls are Iburi girls.
Okay.
Then you have got Doreen Ando, who is representing St. Roses and Holy Child. She's the only female DJ there. And then myself, from Infants, obviously our girls are Wesley girls. So we are going to have a battle of the
Hey,
DJs.
where's my school?
I was even
Where's your
surprised.
school?
Why is
Where's
Doreen
your-
not representing the men, St. Peter's as well as St. Rose's?
Well,
And
you have,
And Augustus, as well as-
Don't we have a DJ from Addis school?
well, you better ask them.
Infantiman girls. Okay, well, don't worry, we'll discuss
We'll
this
discuss
after.
that later. No, but the bottom line is we are going to, and we're doing all this free because it's our way of contributing towards the worthy cause of creating awareness.
Right.
So the DJs are going to come together. We're going to go have a head-to-head. And it's all within the concept of entertaining our guests and making sure you have a good time. And to actually encourage people to make the necessary donations and support, either in kind or in cash, to help the less privileged in society who are suffering from breast cancer awareness.
And I think beyond the tickets we are paying for the event, which is a cool 150 cities.
150 cities, that's correct.
I think that the schools can come together and make group contributions. I think that will be fantastic.
Absolutely.
So beyond the competition, maybe because you don't have Addisco and Infantsman represented, I don't want to use it. Maybe
Yeah, right.
Infantsman
Yeah, right.
University girls can say we are bringing this to support.
Yes.
Until you find me a DJ. I
why
will
don't
rally
you
my
look for
girls.
one and come and join?
Okay, Infantsman girls and Addisco boys, please let's find a DJ and
And join, yeah, and join.
But Doc, before we go, sorry, Billy, I know you have to rush to radio, so we need to be snappy about it. But I just want you to help women.
Okay.
Anybody watching who can help in detecting what are the things we are looking out for.
Okay. All right. So in detecting breast cancer, there could be some people who do not have any symptom at all, but they do have the disease. And so I would want to encourage all women in Ghana to use this month of October. There are a lot of facilities, health facilities that are doing free screening, and some are having certain discounts on breast scans and mammograms to take that opportunity. However, when you can do yours, you can also detect certain things on the change in the shape of your breast, the texture of your breast. There may be some discharge or something coming out of your nipple. Sometimes even how the nipple looks. Everybody kinds of knows how your breast normally looks like. So when there's any change, there's a rash, you feel it, there's a hard lump. You feel it, you feel the texture is not too right. The skin color has changed just on your breast. Even how the size looks like. You know how your size, and then sometimes you look at it and you feel that especially when you bend, there's supposed to be a particular way. You bend and then you realize that the two are not, it's looking odd. Don't just take it as something and it would go.
Or don't take it like it's a menopausal
thing.
Symptom.
Yes.
Because sometimes, because women, we go through a lot.
We go through
childbirth, breastfeeding.
Don't take
and
it.
So you may assume that, maybe because I'm breastfeeding, so
something,
you
no.
just want to be intuitive,
yes,
and
a little,
follow your instincts.
Yes.
But Doc, I just need us to clarify this.
Yeah.
Every woman has some mass in the breast already.
Yes.
That feels like a lump, right?
Yes.
That's not what we're talking about. Good.
What we are talking about is a hard lump.
Okay.
Sometimes it's immobile. The one you feel in your breast naturally, when you move your breast, it moves along with it.
Yes.
This one doesn't. It stays in a particular way. So, and sometimes even the lump we are even talking about could not necessarily be in your breast, because the breast tissue actually starts from under our armpit. So sometimes it's not here, it's here.
Yeah.
But
So
then
you feel a lump in your armpit.
in your armpit because it comes all the way down. So when you're doing the examination, we actually start from our armpit area all the way down, because sometimes the lump could be notched there. Okay. So we are looking at a hard lump, but it is not always a lump. So let us also not be too focused on the lump. It could be a discharge from your nipple. It could be just how you see sometimes your nipple can just suck in.
Yeah.
That could be a sign.
Anything abnormal.
And anything abnormal that you feel around your breast, please get it checked. But since there is also a possibility that you could not feel anything at all, let's use this month and check. Most clinics in Ghana are doing it for free anyway. So let's use that opportunity to get a check.
Thank you so much. I wish we could talk more. Hopefully we can do something again.
Yes.
It's just for the breast cancer awareness, because it's important we do all these things. Thank you so much. Billy, do you have something to say?
No, I'll just say to all our guests is the fact that keep that date in your diary, 28th October. It's going to be an amazing night of music and entertainment. And we look forward to seeing you at the Gold Coast Restaurant. Pop Chain Records Night, the first time we're doing it. something different. It's going to be something exciting.
I like that. Something different. Okay.
Exactly.
And just before we go on this one, I would just like to say you can only know if your breast is looking abnormal if you take time to know what it looks like. And I think that's something we don't do often. We don't look at ourselves in the mirror. We don't study our own bodies. So if there's a change, a lot of people can tell. So, I mean, that's just by the way. So thank you so much, Dr. Nana Boaja Sare. She's a pharmacist with the Lady Pharmacists Association of Ghana. She just wanted me to put that there. She's not a medical doctor. Don't mistaken. And Bilay is our very own. Bilay, thank you so much for doing this. And all our love to the Pop Chain Committee.
Thank you so much
for
doing
this.
So thanks for helping out.
All right, on the 28th, we will be there at the Gold Coast Restaurant in Cantonments, just behind the police headquarters, raising funds for breast cancer screening and breast cancer awareness. I have to let them go. I don't want to, but I have to. So I'll be back with more. Do stay.